The weather, so sit back and relax. If you're just joining us, remember we've had an upgrade to our advisory, so a winter storm warning along Highway 54. It includes Truman Lake, Palm de Terre Lake, Lake of the Ozarks, and then you go up I-44 from Lebanon all the way up to Rolla, right? Texas, Dent, and Shannon counties are under an ice storm warning. And again, they're looking to see what they want to do with Webster, Polk, and Cedar County. They may include those in some sort of advisory as well. Also, I think there may be some winter weather advisories issued this weekend. We'll have to see if there's some other areas of freezing drizzle to try to develop. And then certainly on Sunday evening, when everything changes over to snow, we may also see some winter weather advisories issued at that point. Now, as far as tonight goes, should be fairly quiet. Some minor clearing out there gives way to cloud cover in the morning. Much of the day is going to be quiet. I can't rule out the fact there may be a little freezing drizzle, a sprinkle, maybe a snow flurry as we get very late into the afternoon. Now, the main event is going to unfold overnight as moisture comes sweeping into the area. We start to get some lifting mechanisms, and that's where we're going to see the freezing rain, freezing drizzle, and sleet break out. Now, what typically happens with these type of systems is that it starts as a little bit of sleet, and then the warm air advection takes over and changes everything to rain. So I think that's what we're going to see right here along this boundary, including in Springfield through the overnight hours. And then as we get a little deeper into the night, we're going to get these pockets of moderate to heavy rain. And even though you see just the kind of the pink in here, which represents the ice, I think you're going to get some moderate areas of freezing rain and sleet. Now, generally along Highway 32 until you get to Lebanon and then kind of sweep it down towards the Willow Springs area, I think that's going to be sort of the line of demarcation. And right along that line of demarcation, temperatures at times are going to go, say, 32.5 degrees. Other times it'll be 31.5 degrees. Lower elevations down in the valleys will hold the cold air. Ridge tops may get a little warmer. I think it's just going to be really, really messy right here in this transition zone. And so I think you could get all kinds of things. Go from one type of precipitation to the other. Roads may be okay for a while, then you get to a slick bridge. So again, just be very mindful of that. Now, as we get further into Sunday and the storm intensifies, we're going to have some rain generally south of Highway 60, the ice going on across these northern communities, and that will continue into the early afternoon hours. Now, once we get past lunch, there's going to be a little dry air that's going to come in, and what it's going to do is kind of temporarily halt this winter mess for a while. We're going to be able to breathe. At the same time, the upper level system is going to be sitting out here, and that upper level low that is about 18,000 feet, that's a pool of cold air. And what happens is when that cold air will kind of drift over this area, we're going to get sort of a burst of snow that's going to develop, and we may see snow for, say, 2 to 4 hours in there. It could be quite heavy. Snow ratios are going to be going up then because the temperatures are going to be tanking at the same time. And so that's when we may see some minor accumulations of the snow. Should all be over by early on Monday morning. All right, what to expect? I've kind of stretched that snow burst back down towards the Springfield area. It could be 3 to 6 inches of snow in there. May not occur over this entire area, but I think somewhere in here we're likely to get a band of slightly heavier snow. And I've taken the lighter snow and actually extended it down somewhat into northern Arkansas. The ice is more of a concern, 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of ice. However, in this red outlined area in here, generally south of I-44 from Fort Leonard Wood all the way down to Texas and northern Shannon County, could be local amounts up to 1 inch of ice. Of course, very hazardous roads. Could be some power outages in that part of our viewing area. Now, temperatures tonight will dip into the upper 20s, could come back to around 30 by tomorrow morning, and then quite honestly, folks, we're just not going anywhere. I think we're going to top out somewhere towards the mid-30s, say 35 or 36. I think it's going to be closer to the truth in the afternoon, and you'll notice maybe slightly warmer down here in northern Arkansas. As far as Sunday morning goes, keep your eye on Springfield. Notice much colder air up to the north, warmer air to the south, but I tell you, once again, we just don't really go anywhere, so our northern communities stay below freezing, and then as we go into Monday, cold air comes slamming into the region on strong northwesterly winds, and we only warm back to about 20 degrees on Monday, so don't look for any melting there. Plus, those winds could be gusting to 30, maybe close to 40 miles per hour at times, and that's going to send the wind chills just